All right. Solving equations by multiplying or dividing. Let's go. Okay, so there's two main concepts that we need to know today, and that's multiplication property of equality and, surprise, surprise, dividing property of equality. So it says when you multiply each side of an equation by the same number, the two sides remain equal. So with numbers, that would look, if I had A equals B, then A times C is the same as B times C. Okay, so if I had 8 equals 8, I have 8 times 2 and 8 times negative 2, my apologies, and then those end up equaling the same thing. Where you're going to see it the most is with an x. So in order to get if I have a fraction here, which would actually technically be division, the inverse of division is multiplication. So that's how we're going to get x by itself. So division of x over 6 times 6 will equal x. Well, if I do 6 to both sides, that's going to multiply that by 6, so that ends up being 42. So don't freak out when you see this. We'll see it again here in a little bit. And here's the big surprise. Division property of equality. When you divide two sides of an equation by the same non-zero number, can't be 0 by the way, then two sides remain equal. So they like to do it with the division symbol, but we'll show you that in a little bit. So you'd have two numbers, 14 and 14. If you divide both by 7, then they're both going to equal 2. So same thing to both sides of the equal sign. Okay, to get x by itself, if these are multiplied, the inverse of multiplication is division. So we'll divide by 3, both sides. These two will cancel, and x will be by itself. That'll come out to negative 4. We'll get into this some more. All right, so if I have 9x equals 72, I can divide each side by 9. So divide the left side by the equation by 9 to undo the multiplication. So these two will cancel. Then I will do the arithmetic on this side. Divide the right side by 9 to keep it balanced. So 72 divided by 9 is 8. This will come out to 1x, and usually mathematicians just skip that step, but you can if you want to. X equals 8. Now, I very much like working vertically. It just worked better for my brain, and I don't like actually using the division symbol or using the fraction here, because you'll use add, subtract, multiply, divide. You'll use the x and you'll use the plus and the minus. I want to see you use the division symbol. So in order to get this one, I'm going to draw my T here. And I'm actually going to use the good old-fashioned division symbol, which you've probably never used. Divide both sides by 9. And then that will be x by itself, and this will come out to 8. So this is how I am requiring you to do it. You must use the division symbol. None of this. All right, so explain to me in your notes how you would find the value of x in 3x equals 18. Go. Okay, well, 3x are multiplied, so to undo it, I would divide both sides by 3. All right, let's see what this looks like in an example. 7x equals negative 56. Check your solution and graph it on a number line. I'm sorry, it's a lot of steps. It's what the instructions say, therefore we shall do. All right, so first we'll write the equation. Then we will divide each side by 7. Remember, I want to see the division symbol. Not my best division symbols. None of these. Division symbol. Divide them both out. Comes out to x equals negative 8. Check my solution. I'm going to put negative 8. So yes, you will put a check mark here. So there's answer number 1. Check your solution. I'm going to put it back in. 56 equals, or negative 56 equals negative 56. Solution is 8. Then we're going to graph it on a number line. Ta-da! All right, you try it. Pause it, give it a shot. All right, let's see if we can do this all on one page. So first we're going to do for x equals -12. I'm going to divide both sides by 4. Which gives me x by itself. This is opposite, so negative positive, so it's going to come out to a -3. Put that back in. 4 times -3. Does that equal 12? Sorry, -12. -12 equals -12. Check. Number line. Ta-da! All right, Esteban spends $112 on boxes of baseball cards. He paid $14 per box. How many boxes of cards does Esteban buy? All right, so 14 times the number of boxes equals, we said $14 per box. 14 times however many boxes he bought is going to give me my total. Well, he already gave me the total there. So X is going to be the number of boxes. I might have used B for boxes, but your choice. So the cost per box times the number of boxes equals the total. So the cost per box we already know is 14 times the number of boxes, we're using X, equals the total. So then we're going to solve it. 14x, divide both sides by 14, equals, do the arithmetic, equals 8. So that means he's going to have 8. Oh, they want us to check it. Put 8 back in there. 14 times 8 equals 112. Therefore, he bought 8 boxes of cards. I'll let you skip this one. All right, here's the one that people usually struggle with in this one. Don't freak out. It's not so bad. All right, so first we're going to rewrite it. First, we're going to rewrite the equation. Then we're going to multiply both sides by 5. Since it's a division, we're going to use multiplication to undo that. Then it's going to equal 60. And we're going to keep going from there. Now with a plugged-in computer. I do like to say, usually when I have this one here, I'd have y over -5. Sorry, that's a terrible y equals -12. I would actually do a big one like that around it, and times 5 times the -5, and then times -5. Just because I think that makes more sense, because then I can cross those two out. This makes more sense to me. So your choice on that one. So retry, or put it back in. 60 divided by -5 comes out to -12. Pause this, give it a shot. All right, so I'd rewrite this. M over 4 equals -9. Okay, this is division, so I need to use multiplication. I'm actually going to put it on the other side. So times 4. This one times 4. These are going to cross each other out. M equals -36. Check my solution. -36 over 4 equals -9. -36 is the correct answer. And that's it. Wow, that's one of my fastest lessons yet.